Yeah. Hi. So I want to talk about this hydroponic system here that I put together. It's about 3 months ago. It's the third set of crops I'll be having in here. Let us unpack show you what it have inside. Right. This particular lettuce is a seed planted with got rock wool cube in there. Bought the seed on Amazon and planted it. This is the flow. This is the level of the water. Trying to get a good shot at it there. So the level of the water is in the pipe here. This is the flow. All right. So basically, from this IBC tank here, IBC tank, there's a pump inside here. 400-gallon power pump comes on. This is 3/4 inch pipe. Goes down, not too far. The 3/4 reduces down to 1/2 inch, tees off here, and goes up to these manifolds here. Right, these valves, I should say, actually, manifold valves. Each valve controls tubes. I can adjust the flow rate. I just keep it open all the way. The pump from right here to right here is strong enough to give me a steady flow. Okay, so it goes on the pipes. The pipes are 12 feet long. They're spaced off differently, but with the 3-inch pipe, these are 3-inch pipe. It's about 200 plus plants. I haven't really counted them, but the spacing is around 8 inches to 12 inches. Drill the holes myself, so I just drill like how I felt like drilling. The bottom here is my nursery. This is 2-inch pipe, right? And this is your basic NFT. Just the water just runs down there, goes down here. This is another set here. This is 100. This year I know that for sure. 50 on each side. These seedlings, picked up these seedlings day after Mother's Day. This Monday gone. Yeah, Monday. Alright, so everything flows down into this sump. This is a sump tank. The pipes, let me go on the other side. You can see this better. So I have a I have a celery in the mix here, which is doing well. Just keep loves to get pruned. Alright, so the pipes are drilled halfway in the middle. So I'm always having half level of water in the pipes. The reason for that, in case of a power failure, the plants wouldn't go dry, the roots would not dry up. And since it's drilled in the center and it's not right up, and you can see here, it's not right up with water. So it will still have water in it and the roots will still get oxygen. I mean, it can't stay like that for days, but it'll still buy me a couple hours. The next step is to put some type of solar backup system into this thing here. Is what I need to do. So they drain down to these individual pipes here into this 3-inch PVC and comes down into the sump tank here, which has a little stock in it as a filter. Works pretty good. I mean, I get maybe a bug or two sometimes, but not much. The yellow lines there are measure the water levels in 5-gallon intervals. Alright, so the pump pumps into the pipes, drains into the sump. There's another pump in here, 900-gallon power pump, that takes the water up via this pipe here, goes straight up here. This is a nice little gadget that I made. It's called a Venturi. Hear that? It's sucking oxygen. Sucking oxygen right now. This is my return that I'm using to create extra bubbles. Now, this is the pump that I have running here right now. It's got two pretty big air stones, and I have a certified. See, I made a DIY tubing, drill some holes in it. This, oxygen, just plant food. So, but if I unplug air pump, you look in here, you can still see there's a wand of bubbles there. That's from this. That's from this little thing here. If I bend this, see, the bubbles are all gone. They're gonna go. The water is still pumping, but it doesn't have the oxygen effect. I'm gonna let it go. Watch. See? So it's a cheap way to get oxygen in your system. I mean, just in case if, this pump fails. These are all electrical components that, can't fail. So there's a lot of oxygenation going on in this mixing tank here on a regular basis. A lot of people asked about this little gadget here. I had a special order from Hong Kong. Don't remember the company. I'll look into it. I could probably put something up about where I got it. I know the company name is Gain Express, who makes it. So it was about 200 US or something for that. But this pump, all these pumps, bought it on Amazon though. Bought it myself. I have these. These are my backups. I check the water once a week just to make sure this calibration here works well. Little plug here. Brought this in as well. This plug is a Wi-Fi plug that basically allows me to use the plug as a timer and have what they call an ebb and flow effect on these grow pipes. So basically the pump will run for 30 minutes, turn off for 15 minutes. Once it turns off, this water here drains into here. When the water from here obviously fills up here to a certain amount, it cuts off this float. Let me talk about this float here. This float here, because this pump inside here is so strong, when it starts to pump water, right, the return from the grow pipes does not flow fast enough to keep this keep enough water in here for this pump not to to get dried out. So I ran this pipe, and just to utilize gravity, I ran this pipe here from the IBC tank. Now I put a float on it because in case of a power failure, all the water from there is not going to come and drain out in here. It will overflow obviously. So just a simple tank float that I put in here. That's going to cut off. The system is running right now, but it will cut off in a couple minutes. I don't know. I didn't check when 30 minutes was going. So it's another one of the lettuce here. Grown from Rockwool cubes with the seeds. This is what you want, and this is the level of the water inside here. This is just a cover I kind of put together. Some PVC sealant I painted it and stuff like that. That's it. This is everything here. I said I didn't really check how many plants are in there, but the big plants I think is about 200 and 100 of the other ones. I just added this on. I had this piece of 4-inch PVC. I just tapped it into here. It works pretty well. The basil, I just picked them. I pick them like every week. I prune them because they love to be pruned. So they're doing pretty well inside here. Watching here, I will get a little bit of algae growth because the sun it's in there, but nothing to really be worried about. So it just comes down here, runs across, comes into this pipe and goes here. Put this here. If I ever want to throw anything in here or whatever, but I could always do it from the IBC tank up there as well. So it's 12 feet long, 7 feet wide. I made it with Z Berlin C channel, so I never have to worry about it, rotting and stuff like that. There's, I guess, plenty other ways of making it. Alright, so pH is at 6.2. Temperature goes up, obviously, with the ambient temperature outside. Most I've seen is about 32. Doesn't really bother me because, like I say, everything it keeps circulating in here. And then when you cut off for 15 minutes, it gives the water a chance to just kind of cool off inside here, I guess. The ppm is at 640, only because I've been topping off this tank. I maintain 800 liters. 800 liters in this tank. Since I'm at 640 right now, I'm going to let this run down. And this is going to be from plant uptake and evaporation, of course. And then I'll clean everything out. But by the time I'm finished with this, these crops will be gone. I'll have new seeds planted. And I'll be able to just clean these pipes here one by one, turning one valve off at a time. That's what I like about this valve system. Most of my local supplies you get at Plant Doctor. These guys are pretty knowledgeable. When I started this, I mean, just from YouTube and stuff like that. But the technical stuff, I guess you kind of do it as you go along. But Plant Doctors, they're one of a few of the honest, I guess, hydroponic stores here in Trinidad. They'll sell you what you need. I'm going to leave it like that. So here it is. I have a Wi-Fi camera up there, monitors the system. You really can't see like close by the zoom. I mean, you can see, well, not that close, but I could hear when the pump comes on and comes off and stuff like that. Electrical, it's all DIY. It might not be the neatest, but got a plug, piggyback off here. That's I want to call that the main. This is where the Wi-Fi plug is. So it comes down here, goes along here. And then there's another plug down here for the pump here. So when everything cuts off, pumps, everything. The pumps, the two pumps, and well, the air pump, it's about 200 watts, so electricity consumption is not that much. So this lettuce fell. This is because of the breeze. That's why I use these pool noodles here on the pak choy. See, it's pretty breezy here. I need to block this off with something. Yeah, it's about 200 watts the consumption, so it's not that much. I'm not running any big pumps. I don't need any big pumps. I think for these hydroponic systems, submersible pumps work fine. But again, it's only 3 months into it, so we'll see. This pipe, I have this pipe here that comes down and goes into the system. This pipe is from the water from my air conditioning units, the two condensers. AC water, 0 ppm, neutral pH. So instead of just letting it run off, I just put it to the system. Yeah, so I think that's about it. These are the seedlings here. Feel free if anyone has any questions or anything, if I could help answer anything, I will. This is a little hobby of mine. You can see everything is growing pretty well. These are some nice looking pak choy here. Before anybody asks, I like lettuce, I like pak choy. So I love Italian food, so I have a steady supply of these over here. Yes, it's too much for my family consumption, so I do sell these items. Video is not an advertisement for sale. Video is for my hydroponic setup. Let's be clear about that one time. I have this pipe here. Let's show this. This is so I can get nutrients. So I have my other little old school garden, if you want to call it that, right here. Eventually, plan is eventually this little thing here I put some holes here, right, so I could put this here after. Hear that? Sorry, so everything cut off here. This is glad this happened right now. So you see the system is off, nothing's pumping. All you see in there is this water that's draining from the pipes. So this is where the, I guess, the ebb and flow effect takes place. So if you're watching here, so there's nothing going on here anymore. Oh, there it is. You can see the air stone down there now. And then you can see that's the wand. That's just small holes drilled into the pipe. I drill small holes into the pipe to create smaller bubbles. Smaller bubbles is the real oxygen bubbles, not the big bubbles. They don't really make any sense whatsoever. Um, so this will drain. This will drain. Now, I didn't really time it. I don't know if it's going to drain so much as to overflow, but the 10, I think it's 10 or 12 minutes I have it set at. I don't remember. It reaches till about here, which is 25 gallons, and then again it kicks back on again. So I've seen an improvement. I only put this timer on about a week ago, but I'm seeing a definite improvement with these seedlings. And yeah, I'm getting pretty good root growth here as well. So okay guys, so it's the setup here.